says to the bar. A lady was asking me just now if we could maybe do a little commentary on our way up river. I can't do this for you folks, I'm just standing at the back. I will try my best to point out a few places in the form of a live commentary. We're just about to go through Tower Bridge, the gateway to London, opened in 1894, the most easterly boundary of the square mile city. So when we go through Tower Bridge, we leave the East End and the Docklands behind us. We now enter into the square mile city of London. Through Tower Bridge on our right, we have the world famous Tower of London. There's been a lot of different things in its time, but most famously known for its imprisonment, torture and execution. The oldest part of the tower is the White Tower. It's the one that's right in the middle, and that dates back to 1070. Along the river's wall, you see the bricked up archway, and right above it is entry to the Traitor's Gate. It was once up through the open archway, traitors to the crown that had been rode through before being beheaded up on Tower Hill. On our left-hand side, dominating London's skyline, the tallest building in Western Europe, the Shard of Glass. That building is 1,016 feet tall. Also on our left, we've got the large warship, the HMS Belfast. She was built in the Harland and Wolff shipyard, Belfast, Northern Ireland. The same shipyard that built the Titanic. She's seen action during the Second World War, last firing her guns in anger during the North Korean campaign. On our right hand side, behind the trees, the white building, it's got the clock face and it has the black chimneys on top. This building is Walter Guard's house, the headquarters of our country's customs and excise. Any illegal contraband taken from our country's ports, like alcohol, cigarettes and drugs, they are all taken to the basement of this building. They are stored in the basement for 1 month. They are then burnt in the incinerators. They are sent to be destroyed. Now, I've been working on this river, folks, for 5 years this year. I have never seen a puff of smoke coming out of those chimneys. However, it is strongly rumoured that their Christmas parties, they are phenomenal. Also here on our right, the sandy coloured building, the old Billingsgate Fish Market. There stood a fish market on that site for over 900 years. It was only a few years ago they moved it further downriver to larger premises. Today it's down at Canary Wharf. Very shortly, looking between the buildings on our right and in the skyline is a golden top piece, a monument to the Great Fire of London. It is said to resemble a lit candle, as is said that is what started the fire. If you laid the monument down in an easterly direction, which is the way we just came from, it would pinpoint where the fire first took place in a baker's shop in Pudding Lane. If you look either side of us, engraved into the stonework.
এটার নাম actually London Bridge আর পিছনেরটা হচ্ছে Tower Bridge.
There's been 8 London bridges to span the Thames at this point. The one before this one, it was sinking into the mud. They took it down brick by brick. They sold it to an American businessman for $2 million. Today, the bridge stands in the Arizona desert, spanning the man-made lake, Lake Havasu. If you look in between the buildings on our left, we have an old pirate ship, a replica of Sir Francis Drake's ship, the Golden Hind. Drake was the first ever Englishman to circumnavigate the globe. Now Drake, he only done it once, but the replica ship, he did do it twice. It took the same route that Drake took. If you look at our right hand side, beneath the arch of the bridge, the glass windows, they've just opened a new sauna over there. They thought they were being clever putting it beneath the bridge. They forgot boats like us are passing through every few minutes. As you can see, all day, every day, we see semi-naked people in those boxes. Believe me, some days are better than others, and sometimes you just really wish it never looked. We have only once before turned the boat around and we went back through the bridge again, but it's not one of those days today. This is Suffolk Road Bridge, the least used bridge in London. The approach roads are hidden so well into the back streets, no one can really find the bridge to use it. It said if you do see anyone on the bridge, do give them a wave, as they are most probably lost. Through Suffolk Bridge on our left, we have the white thatched roof building, a replica of William Shakespeare's Globe Theatre. On summer nights, you can go over there, you can see all of Shakespeare's greatest plays, from Romeo and Juliet to now one of his good ones. But they are all performed as they would have been done during Shakespeare's times. As we've got stage lighting, it is the only thatched roof building in London since the Great Fire.
But then his wife fell in love with her son, doesn't it?
The next bridge we're going to go under is the Millennium Footbridge.
Millennium Bridge.
Following through the buildings on our way, a very short glimpse of the large dome and golden cross of St Paul's Cathedral. Designed by Sir Christopher Wren and said to have been his masterpiece. It took Wren 35 years to complete, and that was in 1710.
That's where we were watching Mary Poppins Return.
We're going against the tide on our way up river. The tide is ebbing out to the North Sea. It goes out to sea for 7 hours. It will then reach the low water mark very shortly. It's soon going to start to change direction. It will now start to flood into London. It floods for 5 hours. A rise and fall of between 6 to 7 metres of water, and that's twice a day. We're approaching a group of bridges. The first one is Blackfriars Railway Bridge. The platform and the station, it spans the whole width of the Thames. So that way you can get onto it from either side of the river. If you look at the roof of this bridge, you'll see it's completely solar panelled up there. On a good day, it can generate up to 70% of the platform's energy. Now folks, how's it going so far? Can everyone understand me okay? Yes, perfect. As we do go through the bridge, look either side of the boat, and you're going to see what remains of the old St Paul's Railway Bridge. The modern trains, they did become too heavy, so what they did was, they took the top half of it down, but they did leave the support columns in place. And that was in fear of it disturbing the foundations of the other 2 bridges. On our right hand side, the building with the green sloping roof. The old City of London School for Boys. It was over there where Sir Winston Churchill attended before furthering on his education to Harrow. These white sites to our right, so you're going to see a lot of these up and down the river today. What they're doing is they're constructing a new sewer system. The Victorian sewer system can no longer cope with the current population. So that's what they're doing at the moment. They're building a bigger one. It's going to run parallel with the river. It's called the Thames Tideway Tunnel. On our left hand side, the red bricks building, it's got the Oxo Tower. Oxo being famous for the gravy stock queue. During the 30s, when the building was being built, advertisement along the banks of the river, it was actually illegal, and that's because the Thames is deemed a royal highway. As you can all see, the Oxo company very cleverly got around that law. They co-operated their logo into the window frames. Of an evening, a red light shines in that tower, and the word Oxo, it can be seen from all over London. You see the small white building to our left? It's got the 4 blacked out windows. That is the ITV studios. It's in that building where they filmed the breakfast programme this morning. It is this part of the river that they use as a backdrop throughout the day. On our right, on the river's wall, a stone archway, Temple Arch, with old Father Thames looking over his river. A boundary marker between the 2 cities. The city of London we leave behind us, and the city of Westminster we are now just entering. We're just passing the Wellington on our right. She was once a sloop for the New Zealand Navy. Today, a floating livery hall, and that's for the Honourable Company of Master Mariners. The next bridge we're going to go through, Waterloo Bridge, the longest bridge to span the river. I think it's just over a quarter of a mile long. It's commonly known to us in London as the Ladies' Bridge. It gets its name as it was built during the Second World War by female labour. All of the men, they were away fighting for their country. The ladies of London were left at home to construct the bridge. The ladies faced it with a very expensive, self-cleansing Portland stone. Every time it rains in London, which is about 3 times a day, the face of the bridge receives a thorough wash. The Ladies' Bridge was the only bridge to span the river that was completed on time and under budget. So what a fantastic job the ladies done. So well done the girls. Well done. Through Waterloo Bridge on our right hand side, the building with the green roof and the flagpole. This is the back entrance to the world famous Savoy Hotel. Follow the river's wall along our way. We have this large stone obelisk. This is Cleopatra's Needle. It was given to us by a very grateful Egyptian government over the defeat of Napoleon at the Battle of the River Nile. Those stone needles, they were made in pairs. The other one is found in Central Park, New York. This is the last bridge we're going to go through today, folks. Charing Cross Railway Bridge. You've got Charing Cross Station to our right in the west end of London. On either side of the railway tracks there are two walkways. It is a very old tradition that we have on this boat. It said if you wave to the people crossing over this last bridge and they wave back to you, it's said to be 5 years of good luck. So like I say, do give them a wave. See if you can get a little wave back.
Yay!
5 years of good luck. We do pay this family to stand up there all day, just waving at people. They do a fantastic job. There's also one on the other side of the bridge, folks, like I say. Through the bridge on our left, the London Eye, London's biggest tourist attraction. Opened up in the year 2000. It is 450 feet tall. Surrounding the wheel, there are 32 pods, a pod for every borough of London. You can do a lot of different things on the eye today, other than sightseeing. You can do wine tasting,
Very good.
chocolate tasting. You can even get married on the London Eye. It's a very small service though, folks. What happens is, you meet the vicar down at the bottom. You then say your vows on the way up. When you get right up to the very top, you are then pronounced husband and wife. It is pretty much all downhill from there. We're going to start to come into our final stop, folks, Westminster bit. I'm afraid to say this boat does go out of service for a while, so everyone's got to leave the boat. The next boat returning down river will be the one just in front of us, the Thomas Doggett. Just take this time, folks, to look around yourselves. Make sure you've got all your personal belongings. Don't leave anything on board that might spoil your day. Do try and stay in your seats as well for the moment. It's only for your own safety, as there might be a bit of a bump as we come alongside the pier. Just one last thing, folks, before I do put the microphone down. Just a little short word about the commentary itself. As you can probably all tell by now, we're not professional tour guides on this boat. We're just members of the crew. We do the commentaries on a voluntary basis, hopefully to make your trips with us that bit more interesting and hopefully enjoyable. If you like the commentary, folks, and you might like to show some kind of appreciation for my efforts as your guide, you may do so as you leave the boat. I will be standing by the gate with the captain's commentary bucket. Feel free, everyone, to chuck a couple of bob into the captain's bucket for what you may feel my few words were worth. For those of you who don't know what a couple of bob is, it is a very old English word for a £20 note. Thank you all for listening, folks. I do hope you enjoyed the commentary and our trip up to Westminster today. I do hope you have a lovely, safe day here in London.
Thank you.